Dear ExCo Executive Committee, Happy New Year first of all, and I'm happy to share this video to walk through the budget 16 status and the proposed budget for 2017. The first is for your information and for eventual comments. The second one, the proposed budget for 2017, is likewise for any urgent comments, but I would suggest we then finalize that budget when we meet next month in Wrocław, Poland. But first, as you can see on the screen, and you may also want to follow these files that I attached in the email that was sent to you, so that you can see the numbers clearly. Firstly, I would like to tell you about the status of the 2016 budget. So you received a status in June when we met in Barcelona, and you could see by then that we had in fact succeeded to work as agreed, since we in 2015 had a significantly difficult situation due to a non-incoming EU grant. We did have to reduce costs, including staff costs, significantly, and we did initiate very serious fundraising, both of which successfully has now meant that we have a very positive outlook for the financial year 2016. Fundamentally, when we look at this file, you will not see much changes from what was presented back in June. So this is really just to update you that on the income side, which we see here, there's been only a few modifications on some of the income streams when it comes to EU projects that other organizations than ExCo are leading, but which benefit ExCo's financial status. These are normal adjustments. These are projects that we are not leading, so we have to adopt and adapt to many of those changes. But nothing very significant, I would say. This means that the projected income for the financial year 2016 is 1,694,000 euros. And if we go to the expenditure side, which is here, there's also not been a great number of changes. We have spent according to plan, and we expect to see a total amount of expenditure of 1.561 million euros. This in total will mean that we will have a positive result of the financial year 2016 of 133,000 euros. This is a very positive amount. This is a significant and necessary development, since, as you will recall, the 2015 accounts showed a loss of 112,000 euros. So with this expected result, we are fully recovering and beyond the loss that we had to take in 2015. So while I have to underline that these are not final accounts, and because of not least the EU project management regulations, we are not yet able to say that this is going to be the result of 2016. This is our best estimation, and there's good reasons to think that we will be landing rather close to that amount. I'm very happy to say that we've seen and faced a difficult situation. We've recovered from that situation, and we are recovering, and have a positive outlook for 2017 as a consequence. Speaking of which, I will now move on to the 2017 budget, which you can see in your files here. So this is the income side that we projected. You will see that, as you have been informed by Mogens, the support from DGI is continuing, and we also expect the other regular income streams to continue in 2017, with the exception of the Nordic Youth Association Secretariat, which, as part of our organizational adjustments, we had to close down in 2016. But I would like to underline that this was actually a helpful situation for our financial status. This was never a profit-making, let's say, engagement. So this is part of our necessary adjustment. When it comes to the project support, there's a good continuation in 17 of what already happened in 16 and before. In particular, I would like to underline that we will be starting a new project called Movement Spaces. very exciting 2-year project, and that has a significant impact on our income streams. There are less income from projects that other organizations than ExCo is running, but that we are partnering. But I think this is a part of a natural development, that these things do go up and down depending on which projects are being proposed to us and which ones we finally then accept. So, in total, we project an income in 2017 of 1.486 million euros. A little less than 2016, but still at, I would say, a reasonable level. On the expenditure side, we've budgeted accordingly, so expenditure comparable to income when it comes to the EU projects and other projects indeed. And so you'll see here that we have expenditures for those different projects listed here. And importantly, because of our ability to recover the financial situation, we've been able to also budget for usual amounts of available resources to our continental developments, as well as other priorities of the executive committee. So we are back on track, I would say, on those items as well. One thing to take note of is that there is a relatively higher amount allocated to staff costs in this budget line compared to 2016, but I want to underline that actually this amount is only the amount that is not recovered by externally funded projects, including EU projects. So while this amount is higher in 2017 budget than 2016, actually it's on a reasonable amount, and we still have a situation where the majority of ExCo staff costs are being covered by externally funded projects, which I think is a very positive situation. In totality, we project expenditure of 2017 at the amount of 1.442 million euros, and with that a projected result for 17 of 43,000 euros. That's a positive result, it's a profit if you will, so that would help us to once more, I would say, add to ExCo's equity should we land on that result. These were my comments to these two budget files, i.e. the 2016 budget and the 2017 proposed budget. I do welcome your comments or questions, interventions indeed to these two files after you have received them, but also there is and will be a chance to further expand on this and eventually decide, not least on the 2017 budget, when we meet next month in Wrocław, Poland. So which I'm looking very much forward seeing you all again, discussing about ExCo and our sector's development. So thank you very much for your attention, and look very much forward to seeing you all again, as well as to hearing your comments to these files. Thank you very much.